Ever feel like you walked into a room and completely forgot why you were there? Or maybe you've been struggling to recall a familiar name that's right on the tip of your tongue. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. As we journey past 60, it's natural for our memory to change. But what if I told you that some of our everyday habits, things we do without a second thought, might be silently chipping away at our precious memories? Today, we're going to uncover 8 silent habits that could be quietly stealing your memory. And more importantly, we'll explore simple, powerful ways to protect your mind and keep it sharp for years to come. This isn't about scare tactics. It's about empowerment. By understanding these habits, we can take control of our cognitive health. So, grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's dive into how you can safeguard your most valuable asset, your mind. Let's start with the surprising one, skimping on social time. In our busy lives, it's easy to let friendships and social gatherings slide. We might think a quiet evening at home is just what we need, but chronic isolation is a major risk factor for cognitive decline. When we interact with others, our brain gets a fantastic workout. We have to listen, process information, recall shared experiences, and formulate responses. It's a complex mental dance that keeps our neural pathways active and strong. Think of it like a gym for your brain. So make that call, schedule that lunch date, or join a local club. Your memory will thank you for it. Next up is the habit of mindless scrolling and passive screen time. How many hours do we spend just flicking through social media feeds or channel surfing? While it feels relaxing, this passive consumption of content doesn't challenge our brains. It puts our minds on autopilot. True mental engagement comes from active participation. Instead of just watching a cooking show, why not try a new recipe yourself? Instead of scrolling through travel photos, plan a small trip, even if it's just to a nearby town. Swapping passive screen time for active, engaging hobbies can make a huge difference in keeping your mind agile. Habit number 3 is ignoring your hearing loss. You might be thinking, what does my hearing have to do with my memory? A lot, actually. When you can't hear well, your brain has to work overtime just to decode the sounds around you. It diverts precious mental resources away from memory and thinking processes. It's like trying to run a complex computer program while another one is hogging all the processing power. Furthermore, hearing loss can lead to social withdrawal, which brings us back to our first point. If you're constantly straining to hear, you might start avoiding conversations and social situations. Getting your hearing checked and using hearing aids if needed isn't just about hearing better. It's about freeing up your brain's resources to focus on what matters, like remembering your granddaughter's birthday. Let's talk about sitting too much. We now know that sitting is the new smoking, and that applies to our brain health too. A sedentary lifestyle reduces blood flow to the brain, depriving it of the oxygen and nutrients it needs to function optimally. Regular physical activity, on the other hand, is like a super fertilizer for your brain cells. It encourages the growth of new neurons and strengthens the connections between them. You don't need to run a marathon. Just 30 minutes of brisk walking, dancing, gardening, or swimming most days of the week can significantly boost your memory and overall cognitive function. It's about moving your body to move your mind. Habit number 5 is running on a poor diet. The food we eat is the fuel for our brain. A diet high in processed foods, sugar, and unhealthy fats can cause inflammation and oxidative stress, which are damaging to brain cells. Think of it as putting low-grade fuel in a high-performance engine. It's just not going to run well. To protect your memory, focus on a brain-healthy diet. This includes foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids like salmon and walnuts, plenty of antioxidants from colorful fruits and vegetables like blueberries and spinach, and whole grains. The Mediterranean diet is a great example of a brain-protective eating pattern. Eating well isn't about deprivation. It's about nourishing your brain so it can perform at its best. Now for a habit that affects so many of us: chronic stress. When we're constantly stressed, our body is flooded with the hormone cortisol. In short bursts, cortisol is helpful, but chronic high levels can be toxic to the hippocampus, the brain's memory center. It's like leaving your car engine running in the red zone for too long. Eventually, something is going to break. Finding healthy ways to manage stress is crucial. This could be through mindfulness meditation, deep breathing exercises, yoga, spending time in nature, or engaging in a hobby you love. Protecting your peace is directly linked to protecting your memory. Habit number 7 is not getting enough quality sleep. Sleep is not a luxury. It is a biological necessity. It's during sleep that our brain clears out toxins, consolidates memories, and recharges for the next day. It's like a nightly cleaning and maintenance crew for your mind. When you consistently get poor sleep, these processes are disrupted. Memories don't get filed away properly, and harmful proteins can build up. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night. To improve your sleep, create a relaxing bedtime routine. Make sure your bedroom is dark and quiet, and avoid screens before bed. Good sleep hygiene is one of the most powerful things you can do for your cognitive health. Finally, the 8th silent habit is ceasing to learn new things. The old saying, "You can't teach an old dog new tricks," is completely wrong when it comes to the human brain. Our brain has an amazing ability called neuroplasticity, which means it can change and adapt throughout our lives. Learning a new skill, whether it's a new language, a musical instrument, or how to use a new piece of technology, builds new neural pathways. It challenges your brain in novel ways, keeping it flexible and resilient. Don't let yourself get stuck in a mental rut. Stay curious. Take a class, read books on new subjects, or solve challenging puzzles. Keep your brain learning, and it will keep on serving you well. So there you have it, 8 habits that might be quietly impacting your memory. Let's quickly recap. Avoiding social isolation, reducing passive screen time, addressing hearing loss, staying physically active, eating a brain-healthy diet, managing stress, prioritizing quality sleep, and continuously learning. The key takeaway is this: you have so much power to influence your brain health. It's not about making drastic, overwhelming changes overnight. It's about making small, consistent adjustments. Pick 1 or 2 of these areas to focus on this week. Maybe you'll schedule a walk with a friend, or swap an hour of TV for a puzzle. These small steps add up to a big impact over time. Your brain is incredible, and taking care of it is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. It ensures you can continue to make new memories, cherish old ones, and live a full, vibrant, and independent life. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you found this information helpful and empowering. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more tips on living your best life after 60. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Which of these habits are you going to work on first? Let's support each other on this journey. Until next time, stay curious and take care.